Today's episode, we cover all things that have happened in the month of June as we are now in the month of July for 2025. We talk through foreign investment, what it means or basically what it doesn't mean. We talk about something special that happened across every capital city in the month of June that's never happened before.
So we're speaking about me?
I hope not. Maybe we are. And we're also covering off listing volumes and how they're low, but what that really means.
Welcome to the Sydney Property Muppets podcast. My name is Lawther. I'm the real estate agent, and with me forever is...
Chris Clarke, the buyer's agent.
Chris, I know when I started that intro, my volume was a little bit intense, and you looked at my microphone to see at what level on my shirt it was.
There is a thing, we have to have your microphone slightly lower than mine because you seem to speak louder, even though I'm known to be the loud one. Okay, let's talk things through. So the month of June just finished. Here we are in... or month of June and July finished. We're here in August now. What happened across all capital cities last month? That was the first time ever.
There was growth, Chris. There was no negative growth.
In population, what are we talking about?
In property prices.
And the median price, right? So they average it out. So it's imperfect science. But yeah, for the month, all capital cities went up for the first time ever. They've kept all the records. So you think about that. That's Melbourne, that's been in the doldrums. Talk about Darwin, which it's so small, it can bob up and down, but there's a bit of growth there happening at the moment. All of them happened, and I commented before about before the episode. That didn't happen like post GFC was boom. It didn't happen when the property boom in the 90s there. Well, it's pretty crazy to think in a year that we thought, who knows what's going to really happen this year, that at least for 1 month, all the capitals went up.
Yep.
You talk about was it a buyer's agent who does investment? What were their usual predictions?
Sometimes interstate buyers agents, they will, if there's a couple cities booming, they're actually paying attention to the ones that are not, because they're waiting to make sure when they start telling their clients to get ready to go into these markets, because they obviously don't want to be buying in the hot markets, they want to be buying in the markets that are about to, but they're all going up.
It's interesting that not interesting, I mean, it's not because, this isn't just because there's low stock and just because population's going up. This is directly related to the rates cuts, right? Like if the rates cuts hadn't happened, that month doesn't occur.
Yep.
So it's definitely been buoyed by that, and I think we can both say we can see a lot of buyer activity overall coming in linked to that.
I do think, however, it probably would have been continued on the trend, like really continued on the trend up way if the RBA actually dropped the rates again. But they didn't. I actually think that was quite sensible, because I think that would have actually increased. Yeah,
increased probably. No, we could have 2 months in a row, which I don't think we would have now. So, all right, and then foreign investment. You and I, we have approaches with different buyers and sellers. You know, this dreaded, it's all the foreign investors are buying everything. What's your take on foreign investors buying within sort of 5 to 10 k's of the Sydney CBD? Does it have much of an impact?
Yeah, no. I think if it's new, if it's if it's
Aussie.
My boss would hate me. He calls me too bogan. If it's new stock, the thing is, I don't recommend the average Aussie buying something new, because if you're buying it,
not new as in, not you said new stock, but you mean new properties off the plan.
A new property off the plan. I don't recommend Aussies buying it, because you're paying the developer's price.
Yeah.
And if foreign investors are the ones buying up, that stock, then yes, naturally the prices are going to be higher. However, as we've seen over, if you're looking at Olympic Park, so a little bit further west of the Sydney, but Olympic Park, there's a lot of stuff that people have lost money on.
Yeah, true.
It's gone back 50 to 100K. Now, that will eventually catch up.
Just from inflation more than anything else. It's interesting that 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and a car park, right? If you're buying that apartment, you're going to pay overs. If brand new off the plan, you're going to pay probably more than 150 grand more than what it's worth. And the developer's argument is, well, it's brand new. It's a brand new kitchen. It's a brand new fit out. Most buyers who are localised and lived here have lived through the cancer of buildings that were built poorly. Some of those out in Olympic Parkway, and so the mentality quite often of locals is who've been here through that time is like, I don't want to touch new stock. But foreign investors, 25 to 50% of that stock is picked up by foreign investors.
Yep.
Happy to throw a bit of cash at it, pay overs. And then they get themselves in the game and they get their new fancy...
And some people may be like, why? It's one, for example, out of certain Asian markets, them trying to get their money away from the governments.
Yeah, true.
And just, for example, in Chatswood, so recently there were 5 townhouses that got approved and are now going up. Guess what they went for?
Something similar to?
About 4.5.
Wow.
More than some properties you'd find on the eastern side. Chatswood.
It's nuts. Yeah, I do see sometimes you're like, how did that ever happen? Scarcity and...
Scarcity. Admittedly, this builder's a quality builder, so what they do is really good stuff, but still,
Amazing. And then there's also like another point, probably the last point in terms of the market is just the low number of listings. So it's 13% off month on month from June to July in terms of the number of new properties coming on.
Yep.
From last year, it's about a 5% decrease. And what we're really seeing is, as well as in addition to that, is stale stock, so old stock, isn't moving. So it's not like people are like, oh, I'm desperate now, I need to get off, I'm going to buy some. People are protecting their money, they're spending a lot of money. You just talk about $4.5 million there for a townhouse. So they're protecting their money, they're not buying the stale stock, but the new listings volume is just down.
And for those that sometimes are like myself, when people hear percentages, you're like, yeah, but where's the context for that? So example, in Roseville, a couple of weeks ago, we launched a property. There was only 3 properties in Roseville on the market for houses at that time.
Yep.
Resulted in 42 groups through. There was about 2.5 people. So there was like 100 people through that property. Now, some of them, yes, admittedly were neighbours, but just imagine you're a buyer. You can't tell which ones are the neighbours, which ones are not. Now, we've been quite open and said that, look, some of these are neighbours, X, Y, and Z, but that demand for people then on auction day to be like, there's a lot of people here, the FOMO, the fear of missing out.
I'm sure it did well. And is it sold yet or still up for sale?
Depends when this comes out.
Yeah, but in this current moment,
it's still up for sale, yeah.
So I had one in another ville, not Rosebud, in Forestville. There was a 3-bedroom house, brick, nothing flash, but good solid house. There was nothing else for sale
What was it
at the
guiding?
time. They were guiding 1.9 to 2.
Would have gone for just over 2, right?
Well, I had said to my clients, we decided not to progress with it, but we sort of said to them it would be between 2.4 to 2.5 was where I was going to sell. And I even looked at maybe putting in an offer before the campaign. Like I said, we sort of paused things, so they went off and had a baby. So we paused for a month.
Like a commitment.
And the property sold for 2.75.
Jesus.
And I just think that same property in March probably would have sold for 2.4, 2.3. But there was just nothing else there. So all the buyers in the area looking, got the kids in schools, they're committed, they're just getting their hand pressed. They have to do something.
Well, to try and tie a point there for the people listening to the podcast who are buyers out there, Chris, I believe, are you okay telling what you would have offered?
Yeah, 2.45.
Now, your clients at the time might have been a bit hesitant. Oh, Chris.
Because against a 1.92 guide price.
That's a long way over. Go to the next property. What's going to happen? There might be like, Chris, secure that no matter what.
True.
And it might be a little bit perceived to be overs at the time or not. But people are then the ones that then miss out because they're like, wow. And that flow-on effect of
if we had bought it for 2.45, we probably would have been left going, have we paid over? Because it would never have gone to auction. We wouldn't have seen it sell for 2.72. The good news is we've seen that, so now my buyers are going, okay.
We need to...
Very good. So market update there for the month. That's good fun.
Yep. So
a bit of a game from which you thought up very fast, so I am very nervous.
So for those that don't know, Chris likes to challenge me on questions and sports that really I like to participate if it's on an AFL Grand Final day or basketball. However, Chris, Australia recently toured the West Indies.
Cricket. Okay, yes, we did.
Now,
a little bit.
You know, a little bit. So I'm not going to give you the easy answer of Australia, what was the series score, because Australia wiped West Indies 3-0. Mitchell Starc, what special achievement did he achieve in the third test?
5 wickets in 18 balls. Am I close? I feel like I'm close.
You're actually super close. You got it wrong. He got 5 wickets in 15 balls, which is the fastest 5-wicket haul ever.
Very good, mate. That's close.
Yep. Next thing. Scott Boland took a hat-trick for Australia.
I'm aware of that, yes.
You're aware of it?
I'm aware of that, yeah.
How many Australians have taken a hat-trick?
In a test match?
In a test match.
I want to say 7. It might be 8. One's done it twice.
Might be 10.
Is it 10?
It is 10.
Who was the last person to do it?
Pretty sure it was Peter Siddle.
Also, Victorian.
Victorian. And who was the highest score of this? What was the highest score and who scored it?
I actually didn't pay any attention to that at all. Was it an Aussie? It must have been Aussie.
No.
Wasn't even Aussie. Yeah, I got no chance.
Actually, I forgot. Oh, Braithwaite 75.
Right. 75, that was the highest.
That was the highest.
No one got a century.
Mate, those pictures for the cricket fans it was diabolical.
Wow. Okay, all our cricketing fans out there.
all the cricketing fans.
They loop into it. They want to know from here.
They want to know the hot spot and the information. I just love my cricket.
Anyway, market update for the month. So hope it's been a good one in terms of if you know who's looking to buy or sell at the moment.
Yep.
Some nice easy facts to digest. Obviously, Kurt, real estate agent, so throw him any questions about helping him sell a property.
Yep.
And throw any questions to me about buying a property.
Quick question. How's my winking going?
We haven't meant to answer that. It's weird.
I've been working on it.
Thanks for dropping by.